Hi all, it's Duncan from Let's Get Out, Bushcraft for Kids. I'm just going to show you one of these this morning. I hope you all know what it is. Try and get it in focus. Yeah. So here we are. It's kind of coming up to mid-October, and got one of these, which is an acorn. Well done. Really connected to us because our Let's Get Out, anyway, our Let's Get Out arm, our Every Acorn project is our project that helps less fortunate people get outdoors. But I want to talk about something else about acorns this year. So 2025 has become what's known as a mast year, M-A-S-T, which means you get absolute abundance of certain things like acorns, berries, beech nuts, all of these things. You get lots of them. Okay, and this year is definitely a mast year because I'm going to pan around. I'm going to switch the... Now I'm not sure if you can pick these up, but if you look, I mean, this floor here under this oak tree is absolutely peppered with acorns. You're walking on a carpet of acorns. Now there's several reasons why mast years happen, and there's also a reason why people don't actually know why mast years happen sometimes. This year I would say it's definitely been a contributing factor that we've had a very dry year. It's been really good for pollinators and stuff this year because heavy rains and stuff earlier in the year and stuff can wash a lot of flowers away and things like that, and wash insects away. We haven't had much rainfall this year, hence a lot of flowers have been pollinated, so that can be a lot to do with it. But also mast years happen on years when it's not necessarily so dry, and it's like everything happens between all these different species of trees and shrubs as well. So there is also a little bit of unknown about it all as well sometimes when it happens. But one of the reasons they have these mast years is it's meant to be an abundance, which helps reproduction of them species. Okay, so if wild boar is coming a bit more regular in certain parts of this country in the UK, but if we had sort of nationwide wild boar populations, like oaks don't know we haven't got that, they're still living in the past a bit. You have these occasional years when everything, the floor gets covered in acorns, for example. If we did have things like wild boar, I mean, we still have things like jay and squirrels that feed on these, but there's such an abundance that so many of them will get buried. There's far too many for the creatures to eat, and there's always an abundance. They bury some, they might not come back and have to find them and stuff like that, which allows the regermination of the acorns and everything else into new growth. So every so many years, having these mast years is a survival mechanism for a lot of the trees and the shrubs. So if there's a woodland that's absolutely carpeted in acorns and beech nuts, whatever's around there is not going to be able to eat them all, so more go into regermination, whereas next year you might get hardly any acorns. So it's a survival mechanism that sort of kicks in. So mast years are really amazing, and it's worth looking out and spotting them as well. So really kind of interesting to know, because you hit a certain stage and you look at the trees and stuff at certain times and you think, oh, this looks like a mast year, because you've just got so many acorns falling out of the trees. And you know what it's like if you walk through the woods. If you walk through an oak wood, you might be unfortunate enough to get a few acorns hit you on the head. Yeah, so you get an idea when that happens. But yeah, mast years are really important. Have a little look about them, but I hope I'll give you a brief explanation of what they are now. The last one I think was a few years ago, about 2022. We're in 2025 now, aren't we? Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if you can spot when the next one comes up. Should be sort of maybe 3, 4, possibly 5 years. Wait for the next mast year. Okay, so yeah, so go out, have a little look, see how many acorns there are, see how many beech nuts there are. If you look at the hawthorns and the sloes, there's loads and loads of hawthorn berries this year. They're absolutely smothered in them. Okay, so you got those as well to look at. So yeah, get outside, have a look under an oak tree and see how many of these you can see. See you later.